How's it going, people? Today I'm just gonna do, I mean, kind of like a live commentary kind of thing. Just about the basics of what the fuck you actually do in this game and what the objectives are, what my mindset as I'm playing. So I'm just gonna be playing some, just a little bit of Survivor. I'm just using like a standard perk build, adrenaline, sprint burst, and breakable bond. So yeah, let's just get into it. Alright, so the map we're on is Gas Heaven. So the first thing I'm going to do immediately upon spawning in is I'm going to just find a gen and get on it. Because this way, you're immediately advancing towards the objective, which is just getting out. It seems like the killer is near me already. It's outside breaking that wall. So basically, what you want to do at the start of the game is you just want to split up as best as you can. Because the better you can split up, the better you'll be able to get all 5 gemstone. Which, I mean, it's kind of logical. If you split up, you'll be much more efficient on gens. So, if I hadn't known what killer it was immediately, I would be trying to deduce what killer it was at the moment. But, as you can see, the killer's a nemesis, chasing me. So, my goal while I'm being chased is ideally just to waste as much of the killer's time as possible. Like, I don't have to last forever, but the longer I can last, the better, because it means that people are able to get more and more gemstone. See, this guy's just whipping. Swinging. And you want to try and preserve as many resources on the map as you can. So you don't want to run to a pallet, stand by there and just drop it. You want to, like, just keep playing a way that you're playing safe, but you're not too safe. So, like, whenever this nemesis pulls up his whip, I'm just going to keep running through the pallet. And as you can see here, he's leaving me. He's had enough of me. So he's immediately left me. So I'm just going to go back on a generator as he does come back. So yeah, it's important as well to try and keep in mind where your teammates are, because you don't want to run into them. He doesn't have tier 2, so he couldn't break that pallet. But it's having like a path of where to run is one of the most important things as Survivor. Like knowing where you can go to find pallets. And knowing what areas are safe. So my team's just done 2 gens, and the killer has finally decided, no, I don't want to chase the guy who's just looped me for 2 gens without being hit. So now I'm just free to sit on this generator a bit. So individually, each generator takes 90 seconds. And you think, having 2 people on the gen, surely it would make it take 45 seconds. No, that's not how it works. Unfortunately. If it worked that way, we'd be living in like a great world of 2 manning gens. But no, like for progress, it's slowed down. So I think 2 people on a gen is only really... it takes like 75 seconds, so it's not like twice as efficient. It's like much less efficient to 2 man on gens. I'm gonna see if I can take this Nemesis again. Just to like bring him away from my team. He has so I can see him because my teammate has the perk Kindred on, which allows me to see their auras when they're hooked, of the killer when they're nearby, and of my teammates. But yeah, it's best to stay separate from your team on different generators across the map. You don't want to do every generator close to each other, because that'll lead you to being in a free gen, and a free gen is pretty much where killer can just patrol free gens without really moving much. Which is bad, because like you have to get the killer to commit to a bad chase in order to get them away from that area, otherwise you're not going to be able to win. Like, the killer would just whittle down everyone. So I don't know what these guys are doing, but just doing gens is the main part of playing Survivor. And like knowing what to do when someone's hooked. So you can see to the left of my screen, there's the HUD, and it shows what's going on right now. So currently, Jill's being chased, is being shown by those little claw things, and the three of us are just on the same gen. So right now, just on gen, the killer's right here and is on Jill. So I'm gonna not like, you could choose to be altruistic and try and take hits. But like the alternative is just get back on gens. This player has the perk Prove Thyself, which means when 2 or more people on a gen, it gets rid of the penalty, so it is pretty much twice as fast as a single person gen. There's a zombie here, so I'm just gonna try and distract him. Alright. Yeah, so the killer is coming over here currently. Yeah, it seems like the killer's he's determined to loiter around the area the guy's hooked in. I can get him on me. That'd be beneficial to me and my team. To me, because I can talk about like the basics of chase. What you want to do when you're being chased is you want to preserve as much of the map for as long as possible. You don't want to waste pallets. If you're wasting pallets, you're not playing smart. So this Nemesis, he's decided, nah, I'm having a rough match. I've got to camp this Jill. So I'm just going to 1-for-1 here. So hopefully the Jill runs the fuck away. And hopefully here I'm able to like demonstrate the use of my perk Adrenaline, which is when my last gen gets done, I get healed. And it means that we can just 1-for-1 there and be fine. So Jill's doing the gate right now. Meg's taking chase. Yeah, that's not the gate Jill's doing. So I'm going to go out of this gate probably. Yeah, it seems like Jill is just immediately going to leave because she's like, nah, I've had enough. So you can choose what you do when the gates are open and someone goes down, like this Meg. You can choose whether you just want to ditch or if you want to actually help a person. The smart idea is usually just to ditch, like, especially when the killer's like this Nemesis and we're probably just going to camp, but if you're playing with your friends, but let's face it, this game's so much better with friends, but if you're playing with your friends, ideally what you want to do is try and get a 4 people out. It's more fun, more entertaining than just giving up as soon as like someone gets hooked in endgame. No, ideally everyone will get out every match. So this Meg does have endurance, but she doesn't realise, I don't think. Because if they just ran to this gate, they would be out. And so that's not my problem anymore. Yeah, hopefully me and Jill can get healed up, maybe. It seems like everyone's out anyway. But basically this game 5 generators for your team to do. You want to split her out around the map, spread out, get as many gens done as possible, and while you're being chased, you don't want to drop too many pallets. You just want to waste their time pretty much. I'm gonna get out instead of waiting to the end. Now, as an example of a just an example of a survivor game. Nemesis had these are his perks: Save the Best for Last, Hysteria, Lethal Pursuit, Eruption. So just a relatively normal build. But now I shall move on to the killer side of things. So now for the basics of killer, what you're pretty much going to want to do is, as you play, you want to play in a way where you're taking chases that are good for you to take, and meaning that you don't want to spend too much time chasing one person, but you don't want to spend too little amount of time chasing people. So the perks I'm going to be using are Enduring, meaning you get less of a stun when a pallet is dropped in you. Corrupt Intervention blocks for 3 furthest away gens for 2 minutes. Sloppy Butcher makes it so heals take longer, and Nurse's Calling makes it so you can see people get healing. So all these perks are pretty much they don't take too long to get. I'm playing on an account with 52 hours as opposed to my main. It's like a pretty solid build. They are sending me to RPD for the map, so it might be a little harder, but. But yeah, basically, what you want to do is you want to, like put it in black and white. You're just stopping the generators and getting done, but putting people on as many hooks as you can. I mean, you're not going to win every game. As killer, you're not going to win every game as survivor. Sometimes you just have they're not really impossible games, but you make mistakes at the start of the match, and it just snowballs. But that's the best way to try and win as killer, is you want to punish the survivor's mistakes. So some people will say, oh, survivors have got loads of second chance perks. I don't think they really do, to be honest. I don't think it's that much of an issue, considering the amount of gen slowdown killers can run for using perks. So that's a whole separate can of worms. So each survivor will take 2 hits to down. For most killers, outside of when the survivors are affected by the exposed status effect, which is done by certain killers or certain perks. And it's just you go from healthy to injured to downed, and then when you're down, the killer can just pick you up and put you on a hook. Right, so first thing I want to do as killer is I just want to immediately look to start first chase. And I'm trying to suss out where they spawn. So I'm thinking they spawned up here. But, yeah, so scratch marks here. He's going to drop this pallet. Yep. And a huge part of killer is just predicting what people are going to do. And, trying to preempt it. So, I didn't predict that she was going to not take that. But she is just running in a straight line. The killer I'm playing at the moment is the Demogorgon, which isn't available to new players, unfortunately. She's inside this locker. Yeah, so Jane just used the perk head on me. I'm not going to break that. But yeah, a huge part is just shortening down chase times and downing people as quickly as possible. So I can see there's 2 people right here. Ace just gives me a free hit right away. And this Yunjin, I'll probably get a hit on her and go back to that jam. At the start of the game, it's generally much better to spread injures as opposed to just committing to one guy. That was bad of me. I swung a bit too early there. But yeah, keeping track of where people are as well, like remembering where you down people, is a huge skill of Killer. And as you get better, you'll become better at shortening down your chases. So I've got a pretty good position here. The only gem that really has substantial progress is this one. And it's going to be a difficult one for them to do as well, considering how much access this main room has for me. So I get the ace down here, and I'm going to choose not to pick him up right away. There's someone else right here. So she's just done a huge mistake there, deciding to stun me for no reason instead of committing to a gem. And my last guy is right here, so I have just run the game. So it's a bit short of an example game, unless one of them has the perk Unbreakable. But the key thing to do as you start off as Killer is don't spend too long chasing one guy. Know, like, if someone's getting to a good area, you need to leave them. And making the whole team injured is usually better than getting a single down at the start of a match. Like, your whole momentum at the start, that determines how the rest of the game goes. So from this game, that Mikaela fucked up, and it allowed me to get... Jane was forced to come from like the save or the person on the floor, and she was injured. She can't heal herself unless she's got certain perks or a med kit. So there's nothing really she could do. Like, as soon as that Mikaela decided to stun me for no reason and hit me, kind of just doomed the rest of the team. There's not much they can do other than like maybe try and hope that I just walk away for some reason, but not exactly much you can do. It's just about the spreading the pressure. That's the main thing. And you see, so normally you would have to hook someone 3 times for them to die. But if there's like a countdown timer, and if that timer trickles down enough, they hit their second hook state, which means you only have to hook them 1 more time and they're dead. And then if they spend way too long with a hook, eventually they'll just die from not being saved. And you know that's just not good for survivors if you die, especially early in the game. So yeah, it's a definitely shorter game than the Survive game, but I still won. There's an RPD offering as well. I'm gonna say GG. But it's one of those things where the better you do at the beginning, the better the rest of the match will go for Killer. Or Survivor, it's very like you can go like that, like just a click. Like the tide of a match can change really easily at Survivor. But no, it seems they're not going to stay to say GG. So anyway, it's a kind of a different kind of video from me. I'm not used to just talking without a script, without chat either. I'm used to doing it on stream, but not just about the game really. But thank you for watching. I'll probably upload. Oh, I'll be streaming tomorrow from when I'm recording this. I'm recording this on Tuesday night of the 14th of March. But have a good one, people. See ya.